Hi, Rachel Jones from On the Round, and today I wanted to give you a little tour of my studio. So I'm going to kind of back up and show you what's going on here. We live in a really small apartment, so I always say studio in quotations because it's basically just a little hobbit hole off my living room. So this is my living room. And then behind door number 1, we have this little closet space, which is my studio. I don't really work in here very much. Sometimes I lock myself in if I have a lot of work that I need to do, but I mostly just store all my stuff in here, and it's convenient because it's right off the living room. So like in the situation right now where I just put my daughter down for a nap, I can just pull my spinning wheel out and into the living room and do some work. Or for like dye pots, for example, which I have going on over there in the kitchen. See my dye pot and my dyes right there. And so anyway, I just really easily pull it out and then put it back in when I can't work anymore. So we'll come on in and I'll give you a little tour. This up here is, sorry, that light's kind of bright, but these are all my business cards, friends, things I bought, things like that. This is, I'm working on this as like my wall of inspiration, things that I like inspire me. And I found this picture of this amazing cowl poncho that Uma Thurman is wearing, and I know she's a knitter. I don't know if she knit that. If you know anything about this cowl, let me know. I can't find anything on the internet about it. Sorry, side note. So this is where I keep all my inventory of yarn that's for sale in my shop. It's all labeled. This is where it goes when it's like just ready to sell. And down in the bottom cubbies I keep my yarn that I knit with. This is where I keep my sweaters that I've knit. Ones that I'm working on, like this is a pattern that's kind of, sort of in limbo. I need to pick up and finish. So that's where I keep all my knitting. This down here is boxes of wool. This is some Lancaster wool that I got from 13 Mile Wool and Lamb Farm in Montana. Down in there's a bunch of Maine wool that I'm kind of slowly pecking at. This is my merino. That's Corriedale right there. That's a Maine wool down there that I'm going to spin up and make a rug with. This cubby is where I keep my stash yarn. Some of it's hand spun, some of it's not. It's commercial. Some of it's sweater a month challenge yarn that I'm just kind of saving up. Down there I have some alpaca and cormo, my hand carders. I don't actually have a drum carder, which I'm really sad about, but I will have one. I think this summer I'll get one. This bag is where I keep all my add-ins. These are bangles, which I'm kind of working on, leftover bangles, the fun project I'm going to do some stuff with. So then up here, this is sort of my go-to baskets. In this basket, I make all my thank you cards, so this is where I keep extra cards. My stamps, business cards. I have to get more stickers, so I have to make a bunch more. I'm actually out. That's on my to-do list for tonight. This basket is where I keep everything for labeling yarn. So my moo cards, hole punch, calculator, pen, things like that. This basket, sorry, the light's not good. This basket is for packing orders. This is a new skein that I'm going to use to wrap my yarn in, and usually my thank you cards. This is the only one I have left. So I have to make more. So my thank you cards are little, these are little envelopes that I stamp, and then I put stickers in my business card in. Packing tape, scissors, that's what stays in this basket. This is my spinning basket. Has my extra bobbins, oil, I don't know, extra drive band, like just stuff like that that I need specifically for my wheel. And then this bag this is awesome. I take this to craft shows. It has everything that I need in it. I mean, right now it's just kind of like full of random crud that I need all the time, but it's a gardener's bag that has all these pockets. But when I do craft shows, it's perfect because I load it up with everything that I can need. Emergency stuff, stuff for my booth, snacks, you know, personal things can go in here, tools, anything you need. Just the amount of stuff that you can carry in those bags is phenomenal. So it's kind of a nice idea for if you do a lot of craft shows. And then I have this nice shelf. I don't know if you can tell, but like the wall's slanted in here, so it goes down as you go. Like over on this side, you can stand in it, but you have to scrunch down when you get in this side. So this is where I keep all my tissue paper. Some of it's recycled. I've saved almost every sheet from Christmas, so I'm kind of like dwindling down on that. Any nice handle bags I save and reuse. Any sort of like heavier paper that when you order things online, you know, when you get that paper, I always save that and I'll iron it out and let my daughter draw on it, and then I'll like use it for wrapping paper or something like that. This is sort of wet felting supplies, a big sponge. You can either needle felt on these big sponge, but I also keep them around for if I'm wet felting, just for like some turbo water absorption, and thin plastic for wet felting. There's just crud in there. I don't even know. These are a bunch of feathers that I saved this summer from the ducks that come on to our beach at camp that I'll spin up one of these days. This is some 13-mile wool that needs to be carded. My Uline shipping envelopes. For a long time I was making my own envelopes using recycled materials, but time got just to be a little too much. So now I broke down and I do the plastic ones, but they're so great because you know your product's going to get there and it's not going to get wet, and they're actually like super reusable. So I guess I can't feel too bad about it because I hope the people I'm sending things to are reusing them. I don't know. That could just be me alleviating my guilt. Anyway, tangent. This is all my recycled packaging that I save. I kind of pack rat all that stuff because you never know what you may need it for. An example of that would be these. These are like amazing to me. They're farmers market cardboard flats, and when I'm carding, I keep my Rolex in them, and I think that's awesome. So I hoard those. This bin is my sheet that I take my pictures on. This bin is odds and ends and little bits of this and that I just acquired. There's lots of different colors, and so if I do want to do some carding, I just come in here and just every color you can think of. This thing is full to the brim. So usually when it starts to overflow, I'll sit down and spend a couple days just carding stuff to get that back to under control. And then this, lastly, is my to spin basket. So any dried hand-painted wool goes in this basket. I weigh it all out by 4 ounces. I usually do 4-ounce gains. So I just kind of, if I have a minute to spin, I can just grab it and grab my wheel and then take it out there and spin away. So also this is all yarn that needs to be soaked and then measured and labeled and all that jazz. So this is one that I just spun up this morning. don't know if you can see the colors really well on that. This is a really pretty skein. I haven't quite picked out a name for it yet, but anyway, so I need to soak that. So that's my studio space. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and come back and check out more videos. Bye!